What's poppin', all stars? Welcome back to my channel. It's DAMNSHEJAMAICAN, your biggest and brightest shining star. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Aries women. Happy birthday to all the Aries, okay? So jumping straight into the video, Aries is a cardinal fire sign. It's the first astrological zodiac sign out of 12. And also it is it's ruled by the planet Mars, and this position is exalted. So the sun is exalted in Aries. So that means that at this time, the sun, whatever the sun represents, which is your actions, your vitality, your energy, the way people see you, all these things, the sun does best within Aries season, which is the spring, the start of spring. So with all that being said, Aries women are very passionate women. They're very energetic women. They have a lot of energy and they have a lot of ambition. And they also are people that are goal setters and people that try very hard to achieve their goals. I know a lot of Aries women like to work out, or they just like to stay fit. You know, they like to stay on top of things. These are women that are pretty busy throughout the day. You know, they like to keep up their energy. They like to keep up their vitality. Aries women are women that are very fierce, they're very sexy, they're very attractive, and they're bold, and they go out and get whatever they want, and they're not afraid to tell you what they want. These women are very confident in themselves. You know, they know what they have and they know what they have to offer to people. So Aries women are always on go to go out and get whatever it is that they want to achieve. Now, another thing about Aries have the bad rep of having a bad temper. And like I would say, I don't think Aries necessarily have a problem with anger. I just think because being ruled by Mars, it's the planet of aggression. So these people are more prone to express how they feel. If something pisses them off, they're going to say it. But they're going to get straight to it because Aries is a very direct sign. So they're going to tell you how they feel. And once they tell you, once they get it out of the way, they're going to pretty much just get over it. You know, these are not the type of people that hold grudges. You know, whenever they have something to say, they're going to say it. And once they've said what they have, you know, they're just pretty much going back to being regular, high spirit, energetic people. So these people could be kind of like goofy and playful and just like to have fun and just hang out, because these are the type of fire signs aren't necessarily signs that are very hostile. And then but this zodiac sign, Aries, has that reputation of being hostile. But the thing is, people got to understand that Aries is the leader, they're the pioneer, they're the initiators, and they're the creators. So these are the type of people that they go against the grain, you know, but they're not trying to always start up controversy or try to be different. I think Aries are a very powerful sign because it's the first sign, and leadership is very important, you know. And that's also another thing. Aries are also very independent, especially the women. So when it comes to relationships, these type of women aren't necessarily the ones that got to be in a relationship. You know, they could take it or leave it, but for the most part, these are the type of women that love their own space. You know, they love spending time on their own, and they love achieving their goals, and they don't like anybody getting in the way of that, and they don't like distractions at all. Another thing about Aries women, I would say, is that these women are super, I already said they were creative, but the reason why is because fire signs, they take their inspiration out of like their imagination and their visions, you know, things that they like envision. So an Aries could just envision something and they could have a whole brand new idea and they create a whole new way. So this makes for very creative people. Another thing I want to expound on is when I said that Aries women are not passionate. Dang, I lost my train of thought. I be trying to talk so fast, you guys. I have Mercury in Aries, so I be trying to I'm very direct with my words, and sometimes I just be on go and I just be, you know. So that's another thing with Aries. They have short attention span. I would say so. Aries have short attention spans because they're the type of people that's very action oriented, you know, being ruled by Mars. So that's what I was gonna say. Like, whenever they want something, they go after it first instead of thinking about it and waiting and taking a minute. They're always on go, you know. So sometimes people can think that Aries are a bit immature or childish because of how quickly they do things, and sometimes they don't really think things out until they see how it's have made an impact and what the ramifications are. Then they can sit back and react to it. But for the most part, these are action oriented people, not so reactionary, you know, like other signs may be, like a Cancer for instance. But for the most part, I think that Aries are very cool. Like I said, the women, super athletic build. Like they look sexy and they're very fierce. And sometimes, not all Aries, I won't say not all Aries are athletic and aggressive and into sports. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I would say that these women are passionate about whatever it is they're going, and they like to be in a type of field where they can express their creativity and they can be independent. They really like their independence. So you may find a lot of Aries women being independent contractors somehow, you know, because they just like to have that freedom. That's one thing with fire signs I notice, especially Sagittarius and Aries, is they really like their freedom. So that's one thing I would put into consideration, is when dealing with an Aries woman, you have to understand that they really value their freedom. Another thing with Aries is you guys can be very self-centered and all about yourselves, because think about it, the opposite sign is Libra. Libra is about relativeness and connecting with other people, but Aries is more so about their own individual thoughts and their own agendas, whatever they want to do. And so when you're dealing with people, sometimes it's very hard for you to work in groups. So it's very I would advise Aries people to just understand that about themselves, you know. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing. I think that some people are meant to lead and others are meant to follow. So I feel like Aries, being the sign of leadership and the pioneer, I think you just got to be aware that you have the tendency to do things more so on your own, you know, and then you would allow other people to follow you. But I don't think you should, just knowing that, you should understand that that's a part of who you are, but not to take it to the point where you're definitely like selfish and not caring about people. I wouldn't necessarily take it that far to say that Aries don't really care about people. And no, I just think that they're self-centered, you know, and they focus on themselves and they focus on whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish, you feel me? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think people should focus on themselves. So I think that's a great quality to have. Another thing about Aries, what else would I say about Aries? Let's see. I feel like Aries could be the type of people that get into a lot of drama, like personal drama, just because sometimes, or just they may take things offensively sometimes. This is not all Aries, but because when people are so self-centered, they think everything revolves around them. So they think that if someone's acting in a certain way, oh, it must be because of them. So don't be too self-centered to the point where you think that everything revolves around you and you start making up drama out of stuff that doesn't have to necessarily do with you. So that's another thing I would say about Aries. If you're watching this video, I would highly suggest that you watch Aries Men, because even though it's a different gender, I'm still talking about the same thing. So there may be stuff in that video that I didn't say in this, because I'm not really trying to repeat myself. So that's why I always recommend you guys to watch the first and second and the In Bed and Aries Emotions. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Aries. Like I said, please go watch the other videos. I would leave links in the description. Also, don't forget to go ahead and comment down below to let me know about your experiences being in Aries, the placements you have Aries in your chart, and please share this video with someone that you know that's an Aries, that this video will help them to understand themselves much better. And if you stayed all the way to the end but you ain't really got much to say, don't forget to go ahead and spam me some star emojis, because you guys are my all-stars and I really would appreciate it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Mwah. Peace.